Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Aleph Zero, aka Azero. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here. So a couple days ago, I did mention that my top three biggest plays right now are Casper, LCX, and Azero. I said that I believe that these three are going to perform very well once we see that the DXY, aka the US dollar, finally does a 180 and risk assets begin to go parabolic. Now, as we look at Aleph Zero, aka Zero, a lot of people have been asking me, well, what makes it so lucrative? Well, first off, I want to mention that all three of these tokens, I know that this is going to be it's going to be a red flag for some people, but all three of these tokens don't have a max supply. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, does that matter? Is that a big thing? To me, when we look at max supply, a lot of people have this idea that tokenomics are the only selling point behind projects. I think that tokenomics definitely do provide a lot of value if they are very lucrative. But to me, long term, most of the projects that are going to be very successful are also going to be assets like Casper, Aleph Zero, or even LCX that don't have a full-on max supply, but because of that, the supply that is there, once they need more of it, going after the use cases that they are going after, they could release more tokens. Now, is that bad when that time comes? Technically, it will result in a sell-off, but I think that we are still time away from that. Aleph Zero, like I said, it does have an inflationary standard to it. Casper also has a 8% year-over-year inflationary aspect to it as well. You could stake it and earn a higher APY. Azero, you could also stake it. But with all of this in mind, I just want to be upfront with you and be transparent with you. All of these do not have, like I said, a max supply. But like I said, does that mean that it's not going to gain value? No, not necessarily. In fact, a lot of POS systems or networks in this space don't have a max supply, and it is good, like I said, it is good that it doesn't technically if it is going after large use cases like Aleph Zero is or even Casper is. Now, what does Aleph Zero have to me that makes it so special? Well, first off, I think that it got launched at the worst time possible. It got launched during January. I know that it was on some decentralized exchanges earlier, but it got launched at the worst time. It did ICO, and it resulted in a massive sell-off, but then it hit about $3 at the all-time high. Now, it came back down. It tested about roughly 60-some cents, and it has been ranging on for a little bit of time. I've been accumulating this range that we've been in. I will buy more at 85 cents if we do see it, and my last major buy zones are around 80 cents to 75 cents, just to be fully transparent with you guys. But I have been accumulating, and I have been averaging in because I do believe that going forward, Aleph Zero could surprise a lot of people. This token is sitting at about $166.7 million market cap, fully diluted. You would have to calculate this a little bit, but I would assume that's around roughly 300 million or so. But it's not too bad in terms of market cap if you are looking for some undervalued gems. Now, why do I think that Aleph Zero is going to be a success? Well, let's look into a few things. So one, when we go over here, we are seeing a lot more people talking about Aleph Zero. We do see Azero market cap is available on CoinGecko, 179 million right now. The market cap rank is 184. Will ever be in the top 20? If yes, that would be a 25x against the market. Now, when we look at this, I do think that a 25x isn't too crazy. I mean, top 20 is, when we look at the top 20 list, a lot of the top 20, even going back onto some historical snapshots, doesn't really give us a good insight on like what makes the top 20. A lot of people will argue that it's like extremely, how should I put it, extremely popular projects, which is the case. I mean, even if we go back to the topping points on the November 21st of 2021, we see that the top 20 ended with Algorand being at the top 20, sitting at about almost $5 billion in market cap, which is substantial. Then you do see the other ones here being BUSD, Link, Uni, Litecoin, Wrapped Bitcoin, Terra Luna, Crow, Shiba Inu, AVAX, Doge, and so on. Which again, Dogecoin was sitting at about a $30 billion market cap, just to give you guys a quick insight on that. But I do think that Aleph Zero will be somewhere within the top, we'll say top 50, right? I think that the top 50 is nothing too crazy. You got to remember that money does trickle down the chains into, from high caps to low caps. And I do think that Aleph Zero will be a successful token because of what they are doing and what they are focused on right now. The main focus from them is really expanding the community and growing the community out. We do see over here from Aleph Zero, we're excited to officially confirm that Aleph Zero is a finalist of one of the most prestigious fintech competitions worldwide. We'd like to extend our thanks to our community for the support, as well as Oliver Wyman and MAS SG, this is the Monetary Authority of Singapore, for a warm welcome in Singapore. So expanding, making their name known, and like I said, the community behind Aleph Zero is pretty large. They're sitting at about like 100 and almost 10,000 followers. This is huge for a token that has this market cap and still very early on. Now, also, this is not a big selling point to me. Again, community growth is key, and they have been expanding on the community. But what is also very exciting is what is happening within these events, which, like I said, they are holding a ton of events. They are building out a huge community. Here are some of the other major events, by the way, in terms of November. So this is November, their tour. So first off, FinTech Festival Singapore, Poland 2.0 Summit in London, Istanbul Blockchain Week, and the Next Block Expo in Berlin, and also Subo in Lisbon. So huge, and they will be attending 5 different conferences across the world to expand and really kind of talk about innovation, workshops, keynotes, and hackathons. So again, like I said, they are focused on community growth, but also that is not the big thing. We also look at them incentivizing validators, incentivizing builders on the network, which is always great to see a lot more growth of the network, a lot more lucrative use cases being built out as well. We do see the Aleph Zero team is well aware of the importance of the community, and they show their appreciation at every single opportunity. Recently, Aleph Zero co-founder announced that the testnet will be incentivized for community validators, which is always great to see. Like I said, this doesn't get me very excited because, again, like this is still just community growth. But what I've always said on this channel is that community growth is always key for success during times like these where things are slow, where most projects are not really building and making noise. Aleph Zero is one of those tokens that have been making a lot of noise. Also, this is also why I say, Casper is very good, LCX is very good because they continue to make noise, continue to expand, continue to build their communities. Like I said, the community is always big because they spread the word, they get the, crowd going, if you will, and it really brings a lot more eyes to the project, which a lot more people looking at the project, doing their research, end up usually investing into the token as well, which is always good. But it also allows for Azero to truly be realized. I think that right now there's not many creators, there's not many people actually talking about Aleph Zero, which is surprising to me because it really does remind me of some of the top tier layer ones out there when they were extremely undervalued, like ADA or even some other ones. And a lot of people have compared it to Solana. Is that the case? We don't really know, but all we know is that it's sitting at about 308 million right now in total supply. They do release about 30 million tokens per year. That's still not too bad in terms of inflationary aspects. And then over here we do see from Azero, we're happy to welcome my container, CoinTainer.com to the Aleph Zero ecosystem. Here's what to take note of with Azero made available for my container's growing number of users. And by the way, this is about a 40.1K followed crypto staking platform. What I want to do is break down real quick what this means. So we do see we're happy to announce my Cointainer latest collaboration with Aleph Zero. Our users will be able to earn daily Azero rewards on cold/hot staking, trade Azero pairs with Bitcoin, USDT, and other major cryptos and fiat, and of course host testnet and mainnet nodes. So, this is very exciting, and it's a huge opportunity for Aleph Zero. And we do see them kind of breaking this down here as well. So my Cointainer will act as a mainnet validator of the Aleph Zero network, enabling a suite of new tools for the community. We're also happy to say that my Cointainer will support the Aleph Zero network with a permanently deployed testnet node. They will also enable new major crypto and fiat trading pairs. And also they are licensed with Fireblocks HQ partner and has obtained a relevant financial license in Estonia in 2022. They raised $6 million from investors such as, and they do go on to mention a few of the big ones. And I think that this is great. And again, there is no slowing down from Aleph Zero. They have been continuously making noise. And also, we do see over here, Aleph Zero continues to bring builders to their ecosystem. Sorry, with $20,000 worth of Azero up for grabs. This is a hackathon not to be missed. The event will be held at Next Block Expo in Berlin from the 23rd to the 24th of November. Like I said, November is going to be a big month for us. I think that this is awesome. And also, we do see over here from Ali over on Twitter, you know what's cool with Aleph Zero is waiting for Inc 4.0. Building does not stop. 1,300 plus smart contracts at the testnet. This is insane. Building does not stop. By the way, for details, check Blogspot. And you guys can check it if you want. But I've just been absolutely astonished with how many smart contracts we have seen on Aleph Zero, continuously building, continuously growing, and it gets me very excited for them to come over to the mainnet. And we are waiting for Inc 4.0. Once we do see that fully launch, it is going to be a field day for anybody holding Azero, and it has not slowed down at all. And over here we do see Hello Azero Community. We published an article about Aleph Zero. Again, a lot more articles being published, a lot more publicity for Aleph Zero. This is a small Twitter account. It's UB Capital. Or Ubic Capital, sorry. Now, these articles are nothing too crazy, but they give us a little bit of a summary around Azero, and it gives a lot more education to the public to really kind of learn more about it. All we really know is this. At the end of the day, Aleph Zero is a very special layer 1. It has some very lucrative things around it, especially in terms of privacy and things like that, as well as security, which it does kind of have the ABFT, sort of like Hedera, but it's their own. But we also do see some of the features, a host of tools and resources designed to make the development of decentralized applications, dApps, on the network as easy and user-friendly as possible, really kind of igniting the growth of the network to offer as really kind of user-friendly as possible building and development, which is great to see. And last but not least, I do want to share one big aspect that I've also been watching for on a lot of my projects that I do invest into, and that is sustainability. So if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that sustainability has always been a key feature for me because, listen, although a lot of people are 50-50 on this subject, it's totally fine. We know that this is being a big pushed agenda from the government entities out there around crypto. We know that it's going to be a big selling point for a lot of builders out there, a lot of companies, partnerships, etc. And we do see here we've partnered with Native to implement a carbon offset program for the Azero network. It's the very first step to make an already energy efficient blockchain not only carbon neutral, but also carbon positive. So this is actually pretty great to see, and I think that this is awesome. Hedera is also carbon negative. These are also two tokens that I hold in terms of Azero and Hedera. But this has really kind of pushed itself up the list in terms of my holding amounts. I don't really look at them in terms of like, listen, I need to accumulate Azero over this coin, that coin, whatever. I really just look at my portfolio and see which one's kind of taking over. So far, Azero, LCX, and Casper have really kind of streamlined above the rest because I'm really kind of accumulating ones that have not really moved. Casper has started to move, so I've kind of stopped accumulating Casper so much right now and moved over to some other low cap gems like A0, like LCX, even AOBT. I was accumulating AOBT a little bit back in the early summer when it was really kind of undervalued, but so far, when we look at what's happening around this market, I am looking at A0 as being a big bet. Do I think that Azero does have a few negatives to it and some things that are concerning? Sure, but what project doesn't? This is why I am taking a big risk. And I just want you all to understand that if you wanted to buy this token, please do your own research. Make sure that you understand that this is still a very early on project. If you guys did want to buy it, I usually use MEXC. If you guys want to go and sign up for MEXC, I do have a link down in the description below as well as in the comments below. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful night. For you guys on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.